Hello and welcome to Stage 6 of the Singapore Grand Prix at Marina Bay. This day starts off basic enough, easy enough. I still have zero tuning, basic driver level, and basic principal, so I haven't added anything since the beginning of this event, starting with a brand new car. This one, not very difficult. Get up to position 15, and gotta watch the traffic. That really threw me off because they're just all stacked up here right at the start. And you can do a nice outside pass on this first corner. The bots will go down a little bit, but you can get a lot of passing here. And I had to really get on the brakes. And then here, they really stack up. My first attempt, I was just shocked. I plowed into them. So I'm already in position 15. Time to create a pocket. That's what I like to call it. And the best place to do that is going to be Anderson Bridge. So what I mean by creating a pocket is you want a gap. So just slow down here. If you completely stop, they're going to start bashing you. But check this out, see? Look behind me. Just creating a bit of a pocket now. Slow them down a bit more and then try to blast ahead. There we go. That's a nice pocket. Now I just have to get him off my bumper, which I am substantially under PR, so that means that they're going to be quite fast heading into the corner. But as you probably know, bots do a horrible job in the corners. So he's over braking behind me, and now I just need to maintain my pocket and try not to do anything too crazy. This corner 22, man, the amount of times I end up going off track here at different points, but oh well. So there we go. I'm right now the pocket looks great. Russell, I'm catching up on him, so I thought this pocket was going to stay more gapped, but I'm surprised at what starts to happen here. Is Russell's really slow. It's almost like the bots start driving the second lap totally differently, because the guys in front of me go slower, but the guys behind me seem to be going faster. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's lap traffic up ahead a ways. I don't want to go higher than position 15 because this is the requirement. You could finish higher than this if you want to, but that's going to increase your bot difficulty. And I'm trying to keep this really simple. So here we go. Look, I've totally caught up to Russell, and my pocket's getting smaller and smaller. Now, I could have slowed down and created more of a pocket again, but we're pretty close to the end of this. And I just didn't want to drag out this race longer than I have to. Besides, I would be reeling in 16th place at the end anyhow, but this pocket's getting pretty small. Alright, this section, boy, this section's challenging. It gets narrow, like almost like a Monaco section. But you know what? If you think Singapore's bad, just go back and race Monaco for a bit and you'll pull out whatever hair you have. That's what I found trying to do the 3-lap invitational race with a full field there. Yikes! I'm sure they'll be adjusting that 3-lap race in the invitational series, just like they did in the Champions series for Monaco. Anyhow, that's the end of race 1. Let's get on to the second race. So, we have to put pressure on 12th place so he pits. And you have to tailgate for 1 minute, but it doesn't tell you how close you need to be, and it doesn't give you a counter. And that does add a little bit of a level of challenge here. So I found that I had to get on the brakes very early after they give me the green light. And it's always difficult when you're getting the green light at a difficult part of the track, which is, well, most places in Singapore, but it would have been better if we had a rolling start in a bigger section, like even up here. That would have been easier to adapt. But anyway, that's the challenge. I'm not complaining. So there's the bots are probably doing about a minute 28 to minute 30 for a lap time. So that does give us a lot of time once we catch up here. I'd like to be right on his bumper when I start the next lap, but I don't think that's going to be happening. I've got to be so careful here. By the way, off-track limitations are gone. It said no off-track for race 1, but it didn't say anything about it in this race. So I tried experimenting a little bit, and sure enough, you can go off track if you want to. So there we go. That reeled him in pretty quick, didn't it? Now that's certainly illegal, but hey, Sometimes it's just about getting the stage done with as little currency as possible. So now you can see my counter's going, still going, and he's definitely pulling away from me. Now I just have to try to monitor this gap a little bit. I don't want to pass him too early. Hopefully we can get this done by Anderson Bridge. Let's just see here, because that's a great place to set up an overtake, but we're coming up to Anderson Bridge very quickly, and I will not have enough in. So that means I've got to set up an overtake in the latter section of this race, which there's some decent spots there. Oh boy, this will be nice. Stay hooked up for this section. Okay, this isn't too bad. He's not pulling away too bad. The trick with bots is sometimes to short brake. Oh, I can't pass him yet. Nuts. I'm going to have to dump him here or something. Okay, sometimes what you can do is you can brake early and get into the gas early. And that's a good way to work. Oh boy, don't do that. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, this is like ping pong or something. I'm just bashing off these walls. That's embarrassing. I'm not going to restart this race. I'm just going to do my best to finish it with a extremely damaged car. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Race complete. Nice. 12th place. That wasn't very difficult, I didn't think. Okay, so race number 3. Safety cars coming out. Okay. I see. This is a bit challenging because you can't go over a certain average speed. Don't watch your speedometer, watch your average speed. You can't wait until you're about to hit the average speed and then get off the gas because it's going to keep accumulating. So you see how I'm feathering my throttle a lot? If you're using automatic accelerator, you'll have to be feathering the brake, which, yeah, that phrase works, I guess. So I'm really going to be monitoring this. Got to watch what you're doing on these speed sections, but then you could really plow through the corners. Oh my goodness. That was a shock. Of all people, it's Grosjean. Oh my goodness. That's kind of bizarre because he had that atrocious incident through the safety barrier. Of all people to pick. I don't know when they did this, but wow. That's really weird if they had programmed the stage before that actual real-life incident took place. Anyways, there we go. I'm really sorry, Grosjean. I just totally plowed into you. Didn't see you there, buddy. Okay. Well, there we go. So, like I was saying in the past one, off-track doesn't matter, and apparently horrendous crashes won't fail you either. So, nothing about damage or going off track here. Okay. I'm still kind of shocked here. Okay, so I've still got a time requirement, but I'm not all that worried. I'm going to keep my average speed pretty close to the max though. So I'm going to ignore it for the corners, but then I've got to really watch it on these straight sections. Like even Anderson Bridge here, I don't want to push it too much, but no sign of anyone being behind me. So all I have to worry about is can I finish in time? Because I'm catching up on these guys really quickly, I think. And there could be a big gaggle at that same section as everyone tries to get around Grosjean. I don't want to pass anybody because the requirement is to finish in 12th. Well, that's the minimum. I can certainly finish further up if I want to, I believe. Oh, good, they didn't get tangled up. 19 seconds, 18. I think we'll be fine. And then now they're helping me to monitor my speed. Oh, yeah, no worries. Wow. Interesting stage, guys. Okay, and I'll thrash it around for whatever reason I've done such horrendous damage. Now for the reason why you might be watching this video at this particular time. 6.4. Okay, well, you can see the answer there. I had to increase my tuning to 3434. My driver has 2 level ups, so I'm at level 3. Principal still at nothing. I probably won't spend anything on him. This is extremely difficult, and the huge challenge here is how your car handling keeps on changing as your tires degrade. So you need to really blast through this first section. By the way, do not skid. Do not go off track. Do not skid. You're allowed to go off track, but if you go off track, you will watch your tire degradation plummet like you're free falling off a cliff. Don't go off track. don't skid. Like, if you skid a tiny bit, that doesn't mean you should restart the stage, but you can't be skidding a lot. Like right there, I don't think that actually hurt me at all. Here, yeah, I definitely tapped him a little bit. You really don't want to take on damage because that is going to make your car worse in every regard, but you got to get it done, man. This is so hard. So, starting this lap, I am already at a deficit because of my tire degradation. I'm going to have to be careful. And oh, nuts. I was only off track for 1 full second and I lost 3 points off my tires. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be so careful. So here now, I can't take that corner the way I normally would, as you can see. I still nicked the wall. So the question is, do I do this clean or do I do this dirty? And the answer is, I'm trying to plan. I'd like to get under him and do this cleanly, like there, but then I lose my rear end. So I was going for a clean overtake. And did you see how much that skidding hurt me? My tires were at 50 before the skid and 47 after it, just in that small fraction of a second. So now, I am doing aggressive blocking. My thought was, I could let him pass me and then do the pit maneuver. Very hard to do a pit maneuver on a car that has superior grip to you. And right now, I've got vastly inferior grip. So I am going to stick to blocking, braking a little bit early and then powering out of the corner, and that seems to be working. You see what I'm saying here? Because, oh nuts, they're always bad through the corners. So if I slow down a little bit before the corner, that might stack them up a little bit. Oh boy, this is getting really nervous heading into quarter 22. I'm going to brake actually, instead of just lifting. There we go, I can breathe. Oh, very difficult stage. It's possible to do it with a little less than I did, but boy, I tried, guys. I really tried. So I don't feel bad. Shouldn't feel bad about buying tuning and upgrades when you need them. Just do it. Get your car. So there you go. If you like this video, please like, please subscribe. Thanks for joining me.